President Obama warned today he will not wait for Congress to pass legislation to advance his policy priorities this year. Speaking before a cabinet meeting today, the president emphasized his ability to take action on his own.
We are not just going to be waiting for legislation in order to make sure that we're providing Americans the kind of help that they need. I've got a pen and I've got a phone, and I can use that pen to sign executive orders and take executive actions and administrative actions that move the ball forward. And I've got a phone that allows me to convene Americans from every walk of life.
Joining me live now, NBC News senior political editor Mark Murray. Mark, we know the pen can be mightier than the sword, and the president seems that, at least in this early year news conference, that he might be tired of the fighting in Washington and ready to take action.
Well, people always want somebody who is promising action, and even though you're in the position where President Obama is right now, beginning the 6th year of his 8 years in office, Tamron, and, you know, there was so much discussion last year about, you know, possibly entering the lame duck period, but this is one of the positions that a president finds himself in when he hits year 6. There are a couple of big legislative items that are still on the agenda, getting immigration through the House of Representatives, finishing up on this unemployment benefits, getting a final sign-off on this appropriations legislation, this omnibus bill. But beyond that, a lot of it is executive actions, executive orders, and one thing to keep on watching over the next year or so, Tamron, is on energy and what comes out of this administration on some regulations as well as executive action there.
And let's talk about the jobless benefits bill. You mentioned the latest development was Harry Reid saying that they were working out the final details, that conversations continue. Why the slow walk here?
Well, because they're at loggerheads right now, and there are two potential disagreements. One, Senate Republicans want to be able to offer more amendments than Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid wants, and so that's one of the big disagreements that you have. The other one is, how do you end up paying for this? And those still remain unresolved. And, of course, Harry Reid and the Democrats' biggest challenge here is getting those 60 votes needed for passage, and they're trying their best to be able to do so. But those are the two big disagreements right now.
Yeah, but I guess, I mean, a lot of this conversation certainly started before the new year. We know, Mark, that these benefits expired December 28th, and a number of lawmakers that we spoke with, I got the impression that both sides really knew the potential or the perils they face in that you've got 1.3 million Americans losing these benefits and the ramifications of that a deal would be reached rather quickly.
Well, and this, you know, talking at the very beginning, I said about action, this is one of the points in which people do get frustrated at Congress. It sometimes takes them a very long time for wind up. We've seen them act very quickly on some things, Tamron, but on things like this, all it takes is a few people or a coalition or one political party to be able to drag its heels to kind of grind things to a halt. And so that's what you're seeing in the Senate. And Tamron, you and I haven't even mentioned the House of Representatives.
Right.
The Senate's the easy part. The House of Representatives, on whether they take and vote on jobless benefits, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to put together something that will pass in the House. And to your point, easy is certainly relative, because nothing is easy in that town. Thank you so much, Mark. Greatly appreciate it. We'll talk with you tomorrow.